I'm Rachael Power, community correspondent of AccountingWEB.co.uk, and I'm here with software guru and AccountingWEB editor John Stokdyk to discuss our Software Satisfaction Award results. So there's Free Agent, Sage 50, Cashflow, QuickBooks, Sage Instant, ClearBooks, VT Transactions, Xero, and Big Red Book.
No, it's all the big familiar names that we know in this sector. It's easily there was nearly 5,000 votes for these products, and some of them had very big numbers. Free Agent, Cashflow, both always do very well in the software satisfaction survey. But Sage 50's accounts, still is the most widely used desktop application in the market. The surprise is that we're nearly at the halfway point in terms of how many people are using desktop applications and how many people are using cloud. So that's, I thought that might have grown fast, continued growing faster, but we narrowed our focus down. Previous years we've had other kinds of software users like HR and CRM, which is a very cloudy kind of application areas. So actually taking those out of our sample means we've kind of probably nearer to the norms that it's very similar to the results we had in that exact survey a couple of weeks ago, and Iris were quoting the same numbers to me. So, as far as the AccountingWEB audience goes, we're nearly cloud. You asked about any surprises? No, there are no surprises in this market.
What about people that aren't on the shortlist that maybe could be there next year?
A couple of big names there, for example. The cloud offerings from Sage and from QuickBooks didn't quite make it over the threshold that we have for assessing products, but they were very close. And again, as more users go to cloud, maybe a lot of people are thinking about maybe adding or switching from desktop to cloud. I expect to see those two there. There aren't any. It's because it's so big and consolidated market. We're down to the top 2 or 3. You don't see many people breaking in there. But of course, then speaking of consolidation, we have Iris buying Cashflow, which is probably by market share in our survey the 3rd biggest application. And Cashflow's previous winner of this category. So it will be interesting to see if they can kind of retain that loyalty amongst their users when they lose the sort of personal touch that you might get. People know Dwayne Jackson really well, and they deal direct with the company. So Iris has got a job in its hands to keep that level up as well.
And what about the expenses sector? What do you think this tells us about software trends in the SME market?
Well, we were talking about 50% penetration of the cloud in small business accounts, but it's pretty much 99.9% cloud in expenses, because it's kind of very on the move, linked to the internet. And even more interestingly, the Free Agent Receipt Bank are applications that you use quite often on your mobile. You'll take a picture of the receipt, and then it'll actually extract the image, or then extract the data and put it into the ledger for you. So I think that's kind of showing us where the rest of the market will go. So it's not just web, it's not just web software. It's kind of, we're seeing the appification.
Yeah.